What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ethan Gates with an 8. Back at it again with another topic video. I haven't done one of these in a little minute. The past few times I've done them, they've been doing really good number-wise. So I wanted to come back and feed y'all with some more content. As y'all can read by the title, today we're talking about the blog era in rap. Now this era was very, very important because back in the early 2010s, Facebook was just not popping off. So social media was kind of still new. MySpace was around before Facebook, but social media was still kind of new, you know? So everybody was going on these sites to get fed new music daily, or they were trying to figure out who was next, you know? For example, now we got a lot of pages on Instagram and stuff like that that are helping new artists build and help new artists reach new audiences and stuff like that. So these are the blogs that I paid attention during the blog era. Hot New Hip Hop, Revolt, Hip Hop since 1987, Double XL, of course. Yeah, Hot 97, they had a lot of good freestyles that came out around this time. J. Cole had one on there. MMG had also went on there. They both killed it. A lot of other people that I haven't mentioned. If I left anybody's Hot 97 freestyle out, let me know. Drop them down below in the comments. You got Fader, Complex, Hip Hop DX, even though they did my homie I Am So Dirty with the Sincerely Yours review. He hated his review. That was a great album. I feel like they definitely sell him short with that. That was very unfortunate. My honorable mentions. So I'm doing a Mount Rushmore. So that's 4 of the biggest artists that were very important in the blog era. But these are my honorable mentions. I don't want to forget these people. My first honorable mention. These first 3 are going to be my personal. You know, if you haven't listened to any of these 3, I would advise you to. They were very huge around this era. So first, for example, this is the first person, Cudi. Huge on Hot New Hip Hop, like huge. Like nigga, every time he drop, boom. Nigga, he on that bitch. Front page on God homepage. Him and DJ Elwell. DJ Elwell was a Hot New Hip Hop DJ. So Cudi definitely had a plug on Hot New Hip Hop. A few of my projects that I like by him were Daydreamer and Up and Away. Very huge impact. Like this nigga was literally the Wiz Khalifa of the West Coast. No cap. Like literally the Wiz Khalifa of the West Coast. He was on Tumblr a lot. Time of Your Life, that's definitely one of the biggest blog songs, like regardless of what a nigga's talking about. Time of Your Life is one of the biggest blog songs in the blog era for sure. Another honorable mention, you got Big Crit. Crit Was Here was a good album. Crit was, so it was kind of a weird, situation going on with the southern part of hip hop around this time. You know, T.I. was definitely an OG in the game, like super OG. Nobody else from the South really was popping off. You know, Ludacris was kind of like not worried about music. He was focusing on movies and stuff like that. You had a few other artists out of the South, but none of them really created traction. Big Crit he brought a modern audience to Southern music, Southern rap. So Big Crit was definitely a big part of the blog era. You got Casey Veggies and Rocky Fresh. Casey Veggies dropped Sleeping in Class. Amazing. A lot of people like that mixtape. Rocky Fresh had Driving 88 and Electric Highway. Those are 2 classics. Like literally, both of those are 2 classics. Very important in the blog era. Rocky definitely made a name for himself and then eventually got signed to MMG. Casey stayed independent the entire time, but Casey got good looks. You know, a lot of labels were hitting him up and stuff like that. So these are 2 important. And also, did you guys remember when Puma and stuff like that were making mixtapes? Puma, LRG, clothing brands were actually highly involved during this time in mixtape era, blog era. You had Currency. This is a slept-on artist. He should definitely be mentioned more with Wiz Khalifa. Honestly, he brought the stoner vibes to this blog era. Like a lot of people who were smoking were listening to Kid Ink, Wiz Khalifa, Currency. You can say Kid Cudi as well. He's definitely one of the honorable mentions as well for sure. You got Chance the Rapper. Acid Rap is an instant classic. Like that's literally one of the best mixtapes of all time. I actually was forced to listen to the mixtape. My ex was from Chicago, so on the way home one day we had listened to the whole mixtape in the car. It definitely was a great experience. Definitely a must listen if you have listened to it. Me personally, I never really rocked with Chance like that. Like he was just cool, but he really never caught my eye for real. So it was kind of whatever for real, but that's definitely a good listen. Kid Cudi. Even though I really wasn't listening to him like that, Kid Named Cudi was a great project. he was very influential around the time. You know, he had a lot of good harmonies. He was very melodic. He used a lot of samples on that mixtape as well. So that was a pretty good mixtape. He's definitely a huge part of the blog era. I give that to him for sure. Even though I really wasn't a big fan of him, I could definitely respect his work. Lil Wayne. Now, I might get crucified for this, I'm not gonna lie, but Lil Wayne really, he was already him by then, you know what I'm saying? Like 2008, 2007, Lil Wayne, 2006, it was over with. Everybody knew that he was the best rapper at the time. So it was like, he still was making a run. And honestly, I might do a video on this, how Lil Wayne longevity is not talked about enough, because he had a fat, crazy run from 2003 to like 2012. And rappers don't last that long. Really say 2013, because I'm Not a Human Being 2 had a lot of good songs on it. So really 10 years. A lot of rappers don't last 10 years. Like you could say Drake, but Drake, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Kanye, like these niggas are, you know what I'm saying, like they really that. You feel me? Like they're at the top of the pedestal. So those are artists that like their longevity has just been amazing. And Lil Wayne definitely deserves to be talked about more when it comes to longevity, because people weren't really getting tired of his music at all. Every time he was feeding this, it was consumed the right way that he wanted it to be consumed. You got the Drop 3, very hot. No Ceilings, of course, one of the best mixtapes of all times. And then you got all the dedications that had came out around the time. Speaking about Drake, Drake is another honorable mention. I don't think he made the Mount Rushmore for blog era artists, only because comeback season was very raw, you know. This is the first time he really had lights on him and stuff like that. So it was just a very raw mixtape. Like, you know, it was just showing his potential, but he didn't execute the way that he executed So Far Gone, which is definitely a classic. Definitely one of the best mixtapes out of the blog era for sure, without a doubt. Another artist is A$AP Rocky.
I fuck bitches, I rap. I dress my ass off, I rap.
Smoke.
I smoke weed, I rap. I sleep a lot, I rap when I'm sleeping.
I might get crucified for this as well. But he only dropped one mixtape, Live Love A$AP. Definitely a game changer. Shifted the entire culture in New York for sure. Houston Old Head, one of my favorite songs by him for sure. I think that's top 3, bro. That song is literally beautiful. He got a lot of other songs off of Live Love A$AP. Like I said, one of the best mixtapes ever. It just kind of unfortunate that that was the only mixtape he dropped in the blog area, you know? Yeah, Long Live A$AP, which is another good one. But I really wouldn't consider that blog era. I mean, you kind of could. You know, let me know in the comments what you guys think about my opinion on that. He was definitely going to make my Mount Rushmore, but my Mount Rushmore, the 4 people that I have on it, they are all locks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take them off. I'm sorry. A$AP Rocky brought a whole new steez to the industry at the time, too, as well. Nobody was really rocking the shit that he was rocking, and it still holds up to this day. You know what I'm saying? Wiz Khalifa. Nah, I definitely might get torched for this one. The only reason why he's not on my Mount Rushmore, though, a blog era artist, was because I couldn't listen to him. I was only like 11 years old at the time, 10 years old at the time. This nigga was talking about smoking weed. I couldn't listen to him. My mom wasn't doing it. My dad wasn't doing it. Burn Out the Rollin', top tier. Cushion OJ, top tier. I recently listened to those, I think in high school. Very, very, very good tunes. His Say You Will remix as well was very, very good. Shout out to Wiz, man. Definitely, I feel like he's underrated as fuck, for real, honestly. I think he should be talked about more. You know, he definitely brought the stoner vibes to the blog era like a motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was smoking around the time because of Wiz. Literally. Like, I really didn't hear about weed for real until Wiz Khalifa started talking about the shit, you know? No rapper was really focused on weed like that. You know, Snoop Dogg kind of was, but not really. Like, Wiz Khalifa was talking about weed in every fucking song, and niggas was fucking with it. This is my Mount Rushmore. So, number 1, Wale. If you don't agree with this, I don't even want to hear you, for real. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, he's the most slept on, for real. Mixtape About Nothing was literally amazing. Like, if you haven't listened to that fully, I don't want to know, nigga. Not just a breakup song, nigga. I need you to 1 through, I think it's 18 on my soul. Listen to that whole bitch. That bitch is like that, for real. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of my favorite mixtapes of all time. Top 5 for sure. He had features from Bun B. Bun B was highly, highly, highly involved in this shit, you know? Bun B helped out Wale, J. Cole. Well, not J. Cole, but Wale, Big Sean. He helped out countless people around this time. He was on the Drake song, too. This is all 2009 through 2010. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bun B was really highly involved. So shout out to him, man. He was showing love to the youngest at the time. Pusha T as well. He had Pusha T on the mixtape About Nothing. He had Lil Wayne as well. More About Nothing. Well, all right, so look, I had mixed it up. Mixtape About Nothing was great. More About Nothing was the top 5 mixtape of all time. More About Nothing was amazing. Literally flawless. The skits were perfect. A few of my favorite songs. These are must listen to. The Breakup, the Number One, the Posse Cut, and the Power. He was bringing an entire new vibe into hip hop with pop sounds and go-go music, influenced from him being from DC. 11-1-11 Theory was an introduction for him getting ready for MMG when he was about to get signed to drop Ambition. 11-1-11 Theory had a good songs on it, you know, Barry Tender, Pick Six. Really, really good songs on that motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. Big Sean. Now this nigga was probably the freshest nigga at the time. I'm not gonna cap, like no cap. Like this nigga was wearing a Tisa hat, he was wearing LRG, Babe, Billionaire Boys Club. This nigga was all over Tumblr. You know what I'm saying? All over Tumblr, bro. Him and Mac Miller, all over Tumblr. No cap. Finally Famous 3 was amazing. Like crazy. He had Bun B on that hoe. He had Kanye on that motherfucker. He had a few other features from that on that motherfucker too. Amazing. Just recently listened to that. Kind of crazy how I just recently listened to that. I think it was last year when I was heading to Philly. I was listening to that shit. My brother told me to go listen to it. Definitely worth your time, without a doubt. Definitely worth your time. Finally Famous, the album, one of my favorite projects of all time. Big Sean's style of rap was very fun. He had some cheesy punchlines, but at the time it was appreciated. People fuck with it for real. You probably listen to this shit in 2023 and be like, bro, what is he saying? Like, he be saying some corny shit, but at the time he was having fun with it. It was appreciated, appreciated the way that he wanted it to be appreciated. People were consuming it the way that he wanted to as well. You could also consider Detroit, the mixtape, another one on the list. Great mixtape, literally probably his best project, honestly. I do like Family Famous, the album, more, but Detroit, the mixtape was amazing. Mac Miller, he's the GOAT of the blog era. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally the GOAT. I'm sorry. But my guy is the last spot. If you know, you know. The Kids mixtape was one of the best mixtapes ever. He was very influential at the time. He had his own show on MTV at the time. Had a lot of blogs raving about his work. He was all over Tumblr. Mac Miller was definitely huge around this time. And then last but not least, you got my boy J. Cole, man. He cemented his legacy around this time. Show everyone that chasing your dreams will pay off at the end. He moved to New York to get signed by Jay-Z, and he did just that. When he signed to Rock Nation along with Wale, he pushed out The Warm Up and Friday Night Lights, 2 amazing projects. If you haven't listened to them, you're literally under a rock. Like, that's embarrassing. No cap. If you have not listened to those, you need to listen to those too. He dropped a Sideline Story, which had his first few radio hits. Can't Get Enough, Workout, and Nobody's Perfect. This era was very important. Like, very, very, very pivotal in the rap game. Like, this is where we are right now because of this shit. No cap. Like this video, man. Make sure you drop a like, comment down below who I forgot. And that's really it, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. We got to this point of the video. I had fun making this video. I had fun doing research. More videos on the way. Love y'all. See y'all soon.